fellow patriot, we're seeing something I've warned you about for years. It's not a theory, it's not a hypothesis, not a movie, it's not a conspiracy or a conspiracy theory. It's a process. Controlled collapse, the quiet demolition of the system we thought would always feed us, clothe us, protect us. And now, well, now America's getting a small taste of what real hunger looks like. Because New York is on edge and the country is on edge after social media threats called for looting grocery stores if SNAP benefits and because of the government shutdown. Think about that. Think about it. We're one missed payment away from mobs. Law enforcement in cities like New York and Chicago are already on alert, bracing for riots at Walmart and Food Bazaar. In Ohio, stores boarded up their windows. In Virginia, they've declared a state of emergency. We're not talking about some faraway dystopia. We're talking about America. The country that once promised abundance and self-reliance is now trembling because a digital card might not refill on Friday or again, or who knows. DoorDash is scrambling to hand out food credits. Delivery companies are setting up emergency response systems. They're talking about food equity, community sharing, corporate compassion. But you and I know the truth. See, those are pressure valves, not solutions. These are patches on a dam that's already cracking. Because when people get hungry, listen, morality becomes optional. And when the government stops feeding people, desperation becomes law. Think I'm exaggerating? You see, we've lived too long under the illusion that someone else will take care of us. Washington will fix it. The city will deliver. The market will adjust. The apps will somehow deliver groceries. The media will calm us down. But look around. None of them can keep the lights on when the trucks stop rolling. None of them can protect your family when the shelves go bare. Are you listening? Civil unrest starts quietly. First, it's whispers online. Then it's boarded up windows. Sound familiar? Then it's panic buying. Then it's violence. And in that moment, in that very moment, you realize the truth. Survival isn't political. It's primal. People like to talk about food insecurity as a policy issue. It's not. It's a weapon. Hunger is the oldest form of control. Bred in circuses, welfare and distraction. You control the food. You control the people. You decide who eats, who waits, who starves. And now that power sits in the hands of bureaucrats, algorithms, and supply chains run by the same elites who lecture you about climate change while flying private planes to Davos. Okay? Now, they want dependence. They want obedience. They want a nation of people who can't last a week without the system. That is exactly what's going on. And it's not an accident. It's a model. And right now, as people wait for SNAP funding to reload or to be corrected, we're watching the model at work. And don't let this SNAP situation fool you. It's not going anywhere. This is a beta test. This isn't some lockdown, some intransigence. This is a dress rehearsal. Let's see how they react. See, they don't need martial law when they can just close the supermarket. They don't need to confiscate your money when they can shut off your card. See how that works? They don't need to ban your speech when they can cut your connection. You see, the control grid is already here, and it runs on compliance. So what happens when that grid fails or when it's turned against you? What happens when the trucks stop coming, when the diesel runs out, when the farmers can't plant because the weather's been engineered into chaos? Think about that one. Geoengineering, anybody? You have 3 days of food in your house, maybe 5, maybe. And that's not enough to sustain a family. That's just to survive. And the average American pantry couldn't last through a long weekend of panic. And the government knows it. They've built a model on it. They built a nation of consumers, not producers, dependent, distracted, digital. You see, the average family doesn't garden, doesn't can, doesn't store. We've traded grain bins for grocery apps and root cellars. Remember those? For refrigerators, and community for convenience. See, we've forgotten what it means to survive on our own terms, but the old rules still apply. You see, when the lights go out, when the stores close, when the trucks stop, when the digital grid freezes, it doesn't matter how broke your city council is or how much cash you've got. You can't eat ideology. You can't drink diversity training. You can't buy peace with a credit card that doesn't work. Bitcoin ain't going to help. Diamonds ain't going to help. Cash ain't going to help. That's why people panic, because they've forgotten how to prepare. Let me tell you something. 1 week without food and the system collapses. Police go home to protect their families. Hospitals run out of supplies. Grocery stores become battlegrounds. Civilization is 3 meals deep. That's the real number. 3 meals. So here's the question. What are you going to do about it now? This is not the time to hope someone else fixes it. This is the time to act. What are you going to do now? To prepare, to take responsibility for your family and your neighbors and your home. What are you going to do now? What are you doing now? You can store water. You can store food. You can plan now or panic later. You see, every generation before us knew this. They dried, they stored, they built root cellars, they taught their children to survive. But we've raised a generation that thinks survival is a hashtag, not a habit. And when it all goes down, and it will, the people who laughed at preparedness will be the first ones pounding on your door. Remember that? What are you, some crazy prepper? Some tinfoil hat prepper? Well, it's aluminum foil, but yeah, I am. So I'll tell you what I tell my listeners every day. Preparation isn't paranoia. It's responsibility, because what's coming isn't random. It's engineered. Food shortages, energy rationing, digital ID, currency control, emergency orders. It's all connected. Remember that COVID mania, little kerfuffle? That was a walk in the park compared to this. That was a beta test too, but I'll talk about that later. You see, they create the crisis, offer the solution, and build a cage around your fear. See how that works? They've studied human behavior for decades. They know that fear of hunger breaks the spirit faster than fear of war. They know that if you can't feed your children, you'll do whatever you're told. And I mean whatever you're told. And they're counting on it. But not everyone's playing their game. That's it. That's the game. That's why I trust My Patriot Supply's 3-month food kit. Look at the description in just look at it for yourself. Over 2,000 calories a day, 22 meal varieties, shelf life up to 25 years. And right now, 4 weeks free, a $247 bonus. I get so excited. I get the numbers where I got $247 bonus. So go to preparewithlionel.com. It's the link in the description section. Preparewithlionel.com. Remember, what do you need? Food, water, enemy, food, I'm getting so upset. Food, water, energy, and ammo. Can't help you with the ammo right now, but everything else I can. So secure your food, protect your family, lock down your future. Listen to what I'm saying. My friends, the storm is here. Preparation isn't paranoia, it's survival. So let me just say this again. And listen to me carefully. This is up to you. Nobody's going to force you into this. There's no law that mandates this. Listen to what I'm saying. Preparewithlionel.com. Go there right now. Prepare. Be ready. Help you, help your family, because let me tell you something. You know and I know it's going to be bad. They're setting us up. They're setting the stage. They're getting you ready. That's all. Preparewithlionel.com.